What is up? It's your ruthless, toothless, angry OG dirty nerd Brick Hardcastle up in this mug. I hope you are doing wonderful right now. Thank you for stopping by. I got some stuff I want to talk about. Some things I want to get off my chest. What do I want to talk about? I want to talk about nerd culture. Now, not today's nerd culture. That's a can of worms. I'm not going to go there right now. We'll go there in the future, but I'm not going to go there right now. I want to talk about my nerd culture. Mine. I'm old. I'm a boomer. I was born in 1978. I grew up in the 80s when being a nerd was not cool. If you experienced a swirly, you were a nerd in the 1980s. Trust me. Not fun. But let's talk about my first love. What's my first love? G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe. You thought I was going to say Star Wars. No. G.I. Joe. Now, in my neighborhood, it was me, Matt, Peter, Matt, Mike, Andy. And we all had G.I. Joe guys. We were broke. Now, see, Star Wars figures, they were made to sell vehicles. In 1982, do you think my parents were going to spend $50 on a vehicle for a kid that's 4 years old? Nope. But they're going to drop $3 at Target for a G.I. Joe figure for that kid. So we had figures, and we would all get together, and we had different figures. So you'd take your figures and you'd throw them in your bucket, and you'd grab your bucket and you'd meet up at the spot, whether it be 9 Mile Creek, whether it be the Sandbox at Creekside Community Center, whether it be somebody's backyard. Now, Andy's backyard was awesome. Andy's backyard was so cool because they were white trash. I mean, straight up white trash. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I'm white trash to this day. But their backyard had broken down cars. It had more dirt and mud than grass. And we would get together and we would get our figures and we'd be crawling around in that dirt. We'd be crawling around in that mud. And I'd be, dude, I got you. Dude, I got you. You did not get me. I got you first. It was Call of Duty before Call of Duty was Call of Duty. Video games back then sucked. This, playing with figures, was Call of Duty. Firefly, I love you. Favorite figure to this day. Favorite character to this day. Not Snake Eyes. I'm not a basic bitch. I like Firefly. And I love G.I. Joe. When I was a kid, G.I. Joe. Oh, it was a cartoon. It was a comic book. It was action figures. It was just a different world. And all of us were in on it. Like, we just had so much fun. And one day, we're in Matt and Peter's backyard. And Lori comes out. Matt and Peter's mom. Lori comes out. Guys, come here. We got something to tell you. What, Lori? I was winning. Lori, just go away. Lori, bye. Just go away. No, seriously, we have something to tell you, boys. Andy died today. Andy died today? Andy died today. Andy did not die today. Andy died today. 3rd grade. 8 years old. Andy died today. Andy went to his grandmother's funeral on the back of his dad's motorcycle. It was the 80s. You could be a kid on the back of your dad's motorcycle. Coming back from the funeral, gets hit by a car. Didn't kill him instantly. They tried to save his life. And they couldn't. And from those measures, the image that is crystal clear in my mind to this day is Andy with half of his head shaved, laying in a casket in a karate gi. Like, that's why I love the Karate Kid. I mean, you shouldn't have to deal with death at that age. Not just death, but death of part of your crew, part of your posse, part of just, no, that's not right. That's a reality check. Now fast forward a few months and my dad who was a canine operator at the time, police officer. Superhero to me. Just superhero. My parents get a divorce. Now my dad's gone. So, one of my homies is gone. My dad's gone. I don't like life anymore. This isn't fun. I don't want to play. This shit kind of sucks. I'm out, man. I'm out. So what do? I recoil. I get lost in coloring books and comic books and drawing. And my mom is always like, you know, Rob, you could draw before you could talk. Yeah, I know. I've always expressed myself through artwork. But here I am, a little kid that is experiencing true loss and how bad reality can suck way before you should ever have to face those facts. So I'm like, man, I'm out. I'm gone. I'm watching movies. I'm watching RoboCop. I'm watching Terminator. I'm watching Star Wars. I'm watching fantasy shit. I'm reading comic books. I'm just screw life. I don't want to be here. Let's go somewhere else. And fantasy is where my mind goes. Now, when you're a little kid, that's all and well. That's cool. But as you get a little bit older, my friends, they get into sports. And they're playing baseball, they're playing football, they're playing soccer, and I am not coordinated. I have no athletic talent whatsoever. So I couldn't grow with them. I could draw, like I said. So that's what I did, is I started drawing my own comic books. I started drawing pictures of wrestlers, of X-Men, of all the movie characters, and just breaking from reality and into straight nerd shit. And it's just stuck with me. It's, as life goes on, as life went on, more shit happened. I'm 44, like I said. I have over 24 friends buried. Life has not been easy to me. I've been in jail. I'm no Gary. But I've been to jail. I've been hospitalized for some issues. I've been homeless in Minnesota in February. Being homeless in Minnesota in February, not a fun thing. You don't want to do that. Trust me. In the last 10 years, I have not had a pain-free day. I have more metal on my spine than Wolverine. Neck fusion, back fusion. God, I wish I had his healing factor. But you know what? I'm not telling this because I'm not trying to play a victim card, because fuck victim culture. I'm telling you this because it made me tough. It made me a strong motherfucker. And to he who is tested. Anyways, I didn't like life. I didn't like the shit that was happening in reality, so I just stuck with it, man. I just stuck with my comic books. I stuck with my movies. I stuck with my music. I stuck with my fantasy shit because I did not want to be here. I didn't want to deal with life, because real life kinda sucks. It does. If you have a good life, good for you. I have not had one, but I'm not sad about it. I'm not angry about it. I'm angry about a lot of shit, but I'm not angry about that. Nerd shit kept me alive. Nerd shit kept me going through this stuff. Now, eventually the pendulum started to swing, and it was like people would see my pictures. People would see how creative I was doing certain things, like when Titanic came out. Oh, when Titanic came out. Jack, I want you to draw me like one of your French girls. Really? Take your shirt off. I got laid so many times just because of Titanic. Thanks, James Cameron, by the way. Thank you. But nerd culture started to kind of become cool, and it was acceptable. And I went from being an outcast to being accepted and like respected because I had knowledge about something that not a lot of people did at this point. And that's why I love this shit, because this shit kept me going. It kept me wanting to move on. And it brought me together with other nerds. And it got me into so many nerd arguments. God, I love nerd arguments. Real nerd arguments are so good. Oh, I love to argue about nerd shit. The Hulk could kick Superman's ass. I don't care what you have to say. Oh, you got something to say? What do you got to say? Bring it, bring it, bring it. I want to hear it. Yeah, nerd arguments. That's why I love nerd shit. Because a real nerd knows a real nerd, knows a real nerd, knows a real nerd. For whatever reason it may be, you were drawn to this. You were drawn to this reality that was created for us, for all of us. Now, I love a lot of nerd shit, but I hate a lot of nerd shit. I may love something that you hate. You may hate something that I love. I don't care. Let's argue about it. Let's discuss it. Because I got a lot of shit to say about this stuff. And I got a lot of things to say about what is created today that is good, that is just awesome. I got a lot of things to say about what is created today that just sucks. Like, really? That's all you got? That's what you got for me? Millions of dollars, and that's it right there. Okay, I guess I'm a bigot. But I like nerd shit. I really like nerd shit. And the cool thing about my nerd culture and nerds like me is we welcome everybody. It doesn't matter what color your skin is. It doesn't matter who you want to have sex with. It doesn't matter anything. It's nerd shit. A nerd knows a nerd. I want to argue with you. I want to agree with you. I just want to talk about nerd shit with you. And that's why I'm here. I want you to tell me why I'm wrong. I want you to tell me why I'm right. I want you to tell me why nerd culture means something to you. I want to talk about why this shit is so cool, and we need to keep it going, and we need to fight for it. We need to keep real nerds alive. Now, I ain't about gatekeeping, but you fake nerds can eat it. You can eat it. Screw you fake nerds. But that's why I'm here. That's why I'm doing this. That's why I'm talking about this. That's what I have to say about nerd culture right now. Now, in the future, I don't know where I'm going to go. I don't know what I'm going to talk about, but I'm going to talk about some shit. And I would love it if you would join me. If you listened this far for this long to some old broken down toothless bald nerd ranting about shit, thank you so much. I appreciate it. You have no idea how much I appreciate it. You are a better person than I. But you know what? I'd appreciate it if you would do it again. So you can Hulk smash that like button. You can hit subscribe. I can't believe I just said those words. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much. Seriously, from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. Let your nerd flag fly. Bye!